Chocolate Bliss, and we're going to find out how long it really takes, because Dan says 5 minutes, and I think sometimes 15 minutes. And we're going to make it the way Dan and I make it, so it's going to be what we call the high test version.
Okay.
All right. So first we filled your Vitamix blender with 2 cups of water, and it's really just enough to get it blending. Sometimes I do 3 cups, but I find 2 cups lately has been just like the perfect amount.
Okay.
And so to preserve not having to have too many dishes to wash, the next thing after the water is I add agave, so we can use the marks on the side of the blender. So we're doing a half a gallon of Chocolate Bliss for you.
Okay.
So we're going to do about a half a cup of agave. It looks like about a half a cup. And then we're going to put in some Chocolate Bliss. And in a gallon, I do a cup and a quarter of Chocolate Bliss. I like just a little bit more Chocolate Bliss than agave.
Okay.
And if you want to stretch your jar of Chocolate Bliss, then you kind of go for one and one.
Okay.
One part agave to 1 part Chocolate Bliss.
Got
And since we're doing a half a gallon, I'm going to go just a little bit over a half a cup. So there's a quarter cup there. And this also compresses a little bit. And so when I'm scooping in there, I try to fluff it a little. It's not a packed measurement. That'll make your jar of Bliss go really fast. So there's about a half a cup, and just a little bit extra for good measure. Just for good measure. The other thing that you can do is after you've taken some out, you can shake it up a little bit to get those hemp seeds from being too compacted.
I see.
And that'll make your measurements easier too. If you follow our recipe, this jar will make between 3.5 and 4 gallons, depending on how much you fluff and how much, if you're doing a cup and a quarter per gallon or a cup per gallon. So there's the Chocolate Bliss, and then because this has hemp seeds in it, you want to refrigerate it or freeze it.
Okay.
Now that it's opened. And then the next thing we add are, I usually add some additional hemp seeds. Now these are the hemp hearts, this little sample bag. And then these are the hemp seeds that we get from David Faber, the pristine hemp seeds.
Okay.
We'll play with these more later. We'll make hemp milk out of them. These cost more than the hemp hearts, and so I usually save them for when I'm making hemp milk, because that's when you'll notice the big quality difference.
Okay.
But adding it into the Chocolate Bliss, you won't notice a taste difference, so you might as well use the less expensive brand. And you can see how scientific I am about that. Sprinkle some in. Depending on how hungry you are, depending on how much exercise you've been doing, you may want more hemp seeds for the more protein
Right
content.
after a run or something.
Right, you might want more. And that's usually my little pick-me-up snack. If I've had Chocolate Bliss and I'm still hungry, then I'll use hemp seeds. I'll make a little superfood bowl for myself. So.
Okay.
Right, so there's the hemp seeds. Next are the pristine Tocos. That's the vitamin E and CoQ10 and glutathione. And check out how fluffy those are.
Yeah.
Aren't those beautiful?
Absolutely.
We
It kind
bought-
of looks like psyllium husk to me.
Yeah, only it's so fine and soft, and it makes the Chocolate Bliss even more milk chocolatey and a little frothy. Not a little bit of malt taste, but not too much.
Okay.
Like not much at all. But if you like more of a milk chocolate taste than a dark chocolate taste, you definitely want to add these in, and that's true when you're making chocolates and stuff too. So
How much?
in a gallon, I add a nice heaping tablespoon, so we'll do about a half a tablespoon.
Okay.
And again, there's no harm in adding more. If it's summer and I know I'm going to get a lot of sun, I add more
Okay.
because I want to make sure that I've got that sun protection. All right. Next is there's already some maca in the Chocolate Bliss, but we'll add a little bit more.
Okay.
And this, we found that you don't want to overdo it because it has a very distinct taste to
And
it.
it's malty itself.
No matter how high the quality is, it will have a very malt flavor to it.
Right.
And so we found, even though there's some maca in the Chocolate Bliss, we really like adding 2 teaspoons in a gallon. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon in your half gallon. And that'll, to me, it gives the Chocolate Bliss just that little bit extra, a nice kind of caramel aftertaste. Just pretty delish. Now, I'm sorry, this is like the advanced version of Chocolate Bliss. When you're just starting out, it might feel easier just to do the Chocolate Bliss and the agave and you're done.
And water.
And water,
Okay.
right. But it's fun to play. All right, so here's your coffee replacement.
Ooh, wow.
Yay.
I'm excited about it.
So this is pristine, raw guarana. The fact that it's raw is really important.
Okay.
Cooked guarana, you'll find like guarana teas and stuff in grocery
It's a
stores.
stimulant, right?
It's a stimulant,
Okay.
and it does weird things to most people's digestive tracts. I've gotten headaches from it before,
Really?
and all kinds of weird stuff. Let's see, half a gallon. So, but in the raw form, it's an adaptogenic. So it adapts to what your body needs. You will still feel like some energy from it. We've done our experiments and found Dan talks a lot more when he's had a lot of guarana, and I get a lot more done.
But
and
if I wanted to go to sleep, I'd be able to do that.
you will be able to go to sleep as long as you can direct your mind
Okay.
to sleeping. If you have a very active mind and you don't know how to shut that off, then you're going to want to listen to a meditation tape or something.
That's me.
Yeah. So, but we're going to balance it. We're going to put some yerba mate in too. So we usually put a tablespoon in a gallon. So I'm thinking that looks like about a half a tablespoon.
Yeah, good.
And then we're going to balance it with the yerba mate. And again, this is one you can find in stores. You drink yerba mate
Right up
tea
there.
all the time, yeah. In the tea form, it's a stimulant. Not as strong a stimulant as guarana, but still a stimulant. In the raw form, this is really relaxing. It's very blissful, very like yogic, meditative, expansive, kind of relaxing.
Sounds good.
And so we found that the two together are a really great balance. That when we have them both in the bliss, we're able to focus when we need to focus and able to relax when we want to relax. Look at, you have more support for both activities on a daily basis.
Okay.
And we do 3 parts guarana to 1 part yerba mate. So a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. So we do 1 tablespoon of guarana to 1 teaspoon of yerba mate.
Okay.
So we did a half a tablespoon of guarana, so I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of yerba mate. Right. Is that everything over there?
That's all.
Yep. We've added them all in. And so now we're going to blend it. We're going to start off slow and then work up to high and just go until it looks smooth and creamy. And that'll give us this nice chocolatey, liquid, pasty base, which we're going to pour into our half-gallon containers and fill the rest away with water.
Sounds good.
All right. So now, because you're dividing that between 2 jars, these 2 quarts will be a half gallon, you want to pour that equally between the 2.
Okay.
Looking very milk chocolatey.
Neat.
Beautifully done. Wow, it's like you're a pro. You've done this before.
Already.
Right, so now we're going to get every last bit out of there.
That's the good stuff. I do that with my smoothies too.
All right.
And just
Divide that again. So now we're going to
shake it up.
lid these and shake it up. And if you like a warmer drink, you can drink it straight like this.
Okay.
I love my Chocolate Bliss chilled. So we can just chill it for a bit. And if you really needed it chilled quickly, you could have put some ice in there.
Okay.
But give it a try.
Let's see what all the fuss is about. It's very rich and it's just perfect. Wow.
Tastes like chocolate milk.
It tastes just like any Yoo-hoo. It really does.
Nice. Somebody else said you. I
It
forgot
really
about
does.
those. Yeah. Only good for you. That was the thing that got me hooked.
Wow.
Was like it's healthy and I like it and I want to keep drinking it. Like most of those healthy things, you kind of force yourself to drink them because they don't taste that good.
Exactly. And I don't.
Yeah.
I usually taste the hemp, and I don't want to, and I don't taste
Right.
it here.
Nice,
So
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, more like chocolate. Not too dark.
No
Just
more
right.
coffee for me.
Sweet! There you go, girl.
I'm in Portland. I don't know.
There's such a culture. Well, you can start bringing your thermos of Chocolate Bliss to the coffee shops.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
I like it.
Awesome. All right, well, let's put that one in the fridge.